Other tollways are fine. That's traffic. I'm Jim Calamonte on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next in our 1-hour heating and air conditioning weather center. Morning showers possible, otherwise mostly cloudy today, 53. Cloudy and 42 overnight, 64 tomorrow, but watch out for the raindrops. And then we get a little colder. Tomorrow night, 43, Friday, 49. 38 at O'Hare. Next news at 7. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by The Mortgage Update with Dan Frio. Every Saturday morning at 7 on AM 560, The Answer.
When you've got questions, he always has an answer. It's Sean Hannity this afternoon at 2 on AM 560, The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. All right, our primary election is March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. Unless they cancel the St. Patrick's Day parade, then everybody's just going to stay in and not vote.
No, they're deciding today whether or not they're going to cancel both parades, which are going to be Saturday and Sunday. I think the Southside Irish, even if you tell them you're not having a parade, I think they're going to have a parade anyway. We had Kristen McQuarrie on yesterday, and she's getting all ready. She invited us to her house.
Who cares about a stupid parade? I mean, you just go out drinking.
It's a party on the South Side. Right, even if they cancel the parade, you
just
think people aren't going to still gather?
No, they'll go out drinking anyway.
Right, they'll be together anyway.
Yeah, but the parade has
and they
little
might not
to do
dye
with
the river green. And oh my God, please get a hold of yourself, Jill.
Why wouldn't you dye the river green? What does that have to do with spreading coronavirus?
Because it's part of the parade atmosphere. So they're going to decide that. Yeah, JB. Jelly Belly last night.
Big decision.
The CDC is talking about, avoiding mass gatherings. They aren't giving a number to what is a mass gathering, and I think that's not helpful, frankly. And in a number of ways, the federal government has not been helpful. We'll see. I think decisions are going to get made right now on a local level.
So basically, you say it's Trump's fault because there's no number of people for the gathering.
Yeah, there is. Wherever J.B. Pritzker is, the number for mass gathering is 1.
Bitter party of 1, your table is ready.
J.B. Pritzker is a walking mass gathering. He needs to be broken up. We need to break him up. J.B. Pritzker needs to, he's like social distancing from himself.
How do you social distance?
All right. So anyway,
but yeah,
back to the important point, which is there's an election on Tuesday in this godforsaken state and county and city. And one of the candidates on the ballot is Christopher Pfannkuche. We've talked to Donna Moore. You talked to Bill Conway yesterday. That baloney escaped this grinder.
He talked about women's right to choose and about universal health care. He's running for Cook County State's attorney. He has nothing to do with any of that, but it's just the point that he wanted to prove that he's a progressive. Yeah. I'm not just a Democrat. I'm a progressive. Okay.
He is
working out for Bernie Sanders.
He's a cardboard cutout human being, at least as a political candidate, because all he's trying to do is virtue signal to make himself acceptable as an alternative to Kim Fox. And in this imaginary world in which he lives, that's somehow going to be enough to stitch together a plurality coalition among a bunch of people who know nothing about him other than seeing him on TV, which is also one dimension. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Mark my words, as I've said from the beginning. Christopher Pfannkuche is running on the other side. He is a lifelong prosecutor. Career prosecutor. He, in his professional life, of course, he ran for Cook County State's attorney last go-around, and he's running again. This time he has a primary challenger. So I'm suspecting he will argue against those like you, Amy, who are otherwise inclined to cross over to vote in the Democrat primary to try and impact that race and maybe a few others. For more, we're pleased to be joined by Republican candidate for Cook County State's Attorney Christopher Pfannkuche. Chris, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on your show.
Why don't we just start? Just the backgrounder on you again. Your time in the Cook County State's Attorney's office, just sort of sizing you up professionally in terms of competence and experience versus the field, both sides.
I'm a career criminal prosecutor. I spent 31 years with the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, where I served as a trial supervisor. I trained other prosecutors. I've litigated thousands of cases while in that office. I also worked for 2 other government agencies as a prosecutor, the Special Independent Prosecutor's Office. We're hearing about that with the Justice Millett case right now. And years ago, although I'm born, bred, and raised in Chicago, I worked right out of law school for the Macon County State's Attorney's Office for a while, became head of their traffic division before I left and came back up here. Let's see here. I sit on the board as the legal advisor for the Chicagoland Metropolitan Crime Commission. I'm a university professor. I teach criminal law and business law. I'm a published legal author. I wrote the book on search warrants used in the state of Illinois and the official expungement guide used here in Cook County. I'm a police training instructor. I've guest lectured at the Chicago Police Training Academy, but I've also trained police officers through my own training program all over Cook County. Years ago, I tried a case that was the first of its kind in the nation. The American Bar Association put on a 2-day national symposium based on just my case. I was very proud of that. I was the keynote speaker for 2 days. And the case I tried set legal precedent for every prosecutor in the nation to use on a particular point of law. And in 2017,
So what you're saying,
go ahead.
What I hear
It
you
goes on.
saying is that you're way too qualified to ever be elected to office in Cook County. That's what I hear you saying.
You need the experience to run this office properly, and that's the problem with the other candidates. They just don't have the proper experience, especially the current state's attorney.
Yeah, because I'm one of those people that you need to convince me to pull a Republican ballot. I am a registered Republican, but I'm so interested in taking down Kim Foxx that it's really tempting for me to pull a Democratic ballot.
Here's the problem. The problem with that logic. Number one, Republicans should not be taking a Democratic ballot. Republicans should be taking a Republican ballot to support Republican candidates.
Okay.
Number two, the polls have her in the lead right now. If you take a Democratic ballot and cross over, number one, if you vote for somebody else, that candidate, according to the polls, is not likely to win. Your vote will be wasted, and it's one less vote that supports an actual Republican. And it's important because I am a lifelong Republican. I've always been a Republican, and they're so worried that I'm going to win, obviously, the Republican primary and that I can beat Kim Foxx in November, that a Democratic elected candidate is running against me in the Republican primary to try to take me out. Somebody who pulls a Democratic ballot and has gone around telling people that he has voted for Kim Foxx and is a Kim Foxx supporter.
Yeah, now this
is new to me. I never heard that before. That's crazy.
This is Pat O'Brien, the guy that left those lewd messages of a sexual nature.
Oh, that guy?
No, this is of course not. No, this is some former Democrat hack Cook County judge, Cook County Circuit Court judge, who's.
And I might point out a person who is not.
Well, he's pulling. Hold on a second. He's pulling a Bloomberg. You know, the Republican primary is the easiest path to having a shot at beating Kim Foxx, so that's why he's running in the Republican Party. He's a Democrat, as Christopher is saying.
Yes. Republicans should be supporting Republicans. And I would point out that Pat O'Brien has not prosecuted a single case in over a quarter of a century. He's out of touch. I just spent 31 years with the office.
Well, also, how does Pat O'Brien get appointed to the Cook County Circuit Court? How do you get appointed to the Cook County Circuit Court or slated? Who has to do it?
Democratic politics.
Yeah, who has to do it? Madigan or Burke for the last 40 years, right? So
Democratic machine. Strong ties to the Democratic machine.
So let me ask
by
you.
the way,
so let me ask you this. So what's the Republican Party? I mean, to the extent that it will pretend, for the sake of this question, that it's not a legal fiction. What are they doing to support the one Republican candidate for Cook County State's Attorney against arguably the worst state's attorney in the country?
Well, number one, they're supporting me over him. I am the officially endorsed candidate, Republican candidate for the Cook County Republican Party. I've got the endorsements of the townships and the committeemen across Cook County. Mm-hmm. I'm also endorsed by the Chicago Tribune, and I've got heavy police backing. I'm endorsed by the Chicago Police Department, all 3 levels, FOP Lodge 7, the detectives, the sergeants. I have over 110 endorsements. Pat O'Brien does not have a single Republican endorsement. He does not have a single law enforcement endorsement. That speaks volumes.
So in a general election, I mean, I get it, but in a general election, look, this is not about a qualification thing. If it was that easy, this would be
the clear
this
winner.
is a walk. So it's a resource thing, and you have to go up against George Soros's money if you're the nominee against Kim Foxx. So how do you do that?
She is a disaster as the current Cook County State's Attorney. So many people in Cook County are fed up with her, and it's not just about Jesse Smollett. It's about the police who are getting no respect from her. It's about the people, the crime victims, who are crying out for justice because she won't approve charges. She doesn't follow the law. She doesn't enforce the law. One of the reasons we're having all these flash mobs on Michigan Avenue is because she does not want to prosecute shoplifting at the felony level. These offenders know that. They're empowered. So many people in Cook County are very, very dissatisfied with her and want her out, including a lot of people that are Democrats. And the general election, when I am going up against her, as I expect I will in the general election, there's going to be a lot of crossover votes in the reverse direction from Democrat to Republican, where you don't have to declare a party or pull a particular ballot because we'll both be on the general election, and I will get that vote.
And people that work for her in the Cook County State's Attorney's office have never been fond of her. And there's no level of respect there. That's what I keep hearing from them.
No, there is not. So many people that I worked with over the years that are quite capable prosecutors have simply left the office because, in their words, they go home at night and they don't feel like they're seeking justice anymore. They're not allowed to under her guidelines.
And I mean, I know we're getting past the primary, but you have to look past the primary a little bit. She may not be a competent prosecutor, but she's proved herself a competent candidate at that ABC 7 debate, as far as I'm concerned. And she'll have the resources to broadcast misinformation, just as she was able to do in the face of opposition from 3 candidates on a debate stage at ABC 7. So you have to be able to inform the public what the actual record is, and in part that means having surrogates from law enforcement, from the prosecutorial community, the criminal defense, the criminal trial bar, and so forth. And the question is, who's willing to step out and take a risk on a Republican running countywide in Cook County for an office that hasn't been held by a Republican since Jack O'Malley almost 30 years ago?
But the point is, this office has been held by Republicans. It's been held by Republicans 5 times while I've been around, 4 times while I've been practicing law. This office goes Republican. It's the one county office that tends to do that as a rule when people are dissatisfied, greatly dissatisfied with the current administration, typically the Democratic administration, and that's exactly what's happening right now. When she did what she did with that whole fake recusal on the Justice Smollett case, she made Cook County and the Cook County State's Attorney's Office a national laughingstock. Even CNN, MSNBC came down on her for the way she mishandled that case. So there is a great opportunity here to take this office back and put it into Republican hands by a person who's actually been a lifelong Republican and a very capable Cook County State's Attorney with the office.
All right, Christopher Pfannkuche, how do people get more information about your campaign and to get involved, to support you, to vote for you on Tuesday?
That's easy enough. My website is simply my first name, votechristopher.com. You've got my history, my bio, my platform there. There's a donation button. You can learn all about me there.
It's a good choice going with Christopher rather than Pfannkuche. Yeah, very, very good choice. VoteChristopher.com. Christopher Pfannkuche is really the Republican candidate for Cook County State's Attorney on Tuesday. Chris Pfannkuche, thanks so much for joining us. Good luck on Tuesday.
Thank you very much. I appreciate being on your show. Take care.
All right, you convinced me. And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
It's like a hot, steaming cup of information to start your day. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
The Lou Dobbs Financial Report is brought to you by Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Visit signaturebank.bank for your commercial banking needs.
I'm Lou Dobbs. SEC employees asked to work from home. American companies step up efforts to retain their workers. Those stories are next. In a recent survey, investors shared what they felt were the greatest threats to their retirement. It's no surprise the most common threats include stock market volatility, economic uncertainty, conflict in the Middle East, the 2020 presidential impeachment, and election. Unfortunately, there are many threats beyond your control that can affect your retirement savings. At Goldco, a leader in precious metals, the team believes one way to protect your investment portfolio is with physical gold and silver. Goldco has helped thousands of investors safeguard their retirement treatment, especially in times of uncertainty. In fact, if you call 855-971-2006, Goldco will send you a free 1-ounce silver American Eagle coin. And all you have to do is pay for shipping and handling. No obligation. 100% free. Call 855-971-2006 to get your free silver American Eagle coin. That's 855-971-2006. Employees of the SEC are being encouraged to work from home for the foreseeable future after the coronavirus scare at the D.C. agency. A single employee at the SEC receiving medical treatment for respiratory symptoms not confirmed yet as coronavirus. That sent agency bosses into